Imagine this. You're grinding through another endless day in the hustle of modern life. Emails piling up, social media screaming for attention, ambitions pulling you in every direction like a rubber band stretched to its limits. But what if the key to unbreakable strength isn't pushing harder, but in the art of letting go? What if true power hides in softness, and the path to victory starts with what looks like defeat? In Chapter 36 of John Minford's evocative translation of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu unveils a mind-bending paradox. That which shrinks must first be stretched. That which weakens must first be strengthened. It's the ancient blueprint for reversal, the soft overcoming the hard, like water wearing down stone over time. As a modern seeker drowning in productivity hacks and burnout culture, this isn't just poetry, it's a lifeline. What if embracing vulnerability could shatter your obstacles? What hidden, subtle illumination awaits in your own life, turning setbacks into setups for triumph? Join me for the next 10 to 12 minutes as we unpack this timeless wisdom with real-world examples from tech moguls to everyday rebels who flip the script. You won't just watch, you'll transform. Hit play, and let's ignite the curiosity from deep within. Chapter 36 here of the Tao Te Ching, the subtle light. To shrink, first stretch. To be soft, first be strong. To destroy, first raise up. To steal, first give away. This is the subtle light. Soft and gentle prevail over hard and strong. Never take a fish from its deep. Never display the sharp weapons of a nation. I'll also be reading the River Master's commentary on this particular chapter. Through the efficacy of the subtle light, soft and gentle endure. Hard and strong perish. Fish taken from the deep cease to be soft, cannot return. And because these were a couple short passages today, I'll also be reading Magister Liu's commentary as well. The subtle light is invisible, unknowable, a fish lurking in the deep, a weapon not shown to others. Cleaving to the great image, keeping all under heaven safe from harm, practicing the Tao, a Taoist holds the handle with which to turn the wheel of breath energy, of Kuai and Kun, the first hexagrams of the I Ching. Twin principles, yang and yin, creative and receptive, action and non-action. Those who cleave to the great image will master the art of life. Wherein lies this art? It lies in going with the flow, guiding the flow gradually till it halts. The subtle light lies hidden within, like a fish in the deep. It glows safe from harm. Fish find nourishment in the deep. If they are taken thence, they die. The Taoist, guided by the subtle light, is sheltered from raging flames, tows a boat through muddy waters, unaffected by the world. This chapter's talking exclusively about what it's like to flow with the Tao, and there's future chapters where it talks about it's like almost like retreating in some ways, and retreating from the forcefulness of life, right? The stand up and take action, and action begets more action, and action leads to resolution. And what you find, and this happened today, actually, it's funny. It's actually really funny. So sometimes the things that you need or you want or you feel like you have to act to create in your life actually become or come to you when you're in flow with the Tao. Because if you can just step back, breathe, and see what's happening around you, And then instead of just acting on what you think is necessary, you just allow time to flow. A lot of times, the things that you think you needed to do to create the result that you're trying to create, actually just the result happens without direct action from you. I'll give you an example. There was one of the facilities I run. How do I want to say this? Let's say there's a manager out there. It's not me. I'm going to give you another example. Different example. I didn't like that example. There's a manager out there, and he has 8 employees. Okay, loses some work, and now he only needs like 6 employees. But he doesn't really want to fire any of the employees or terminate them or, lay them off. So what he does is he does nothing, and then suddenly one employee will get another job offer, and another one will say, you know what, I want to go do this other thing, and all of a sudden, he has the 8 employees, he's down to 6, and now he's actually short-staffed. So it just happens. It just happened naturally, right, without his direct having to like be the one to cause something to happen. And why does that happen? Sometimes I think, actually, it's funny. I think about this a lot. How what I desire to happen, or what I thought I needed to happen, happens by itself without me having to do anything. Just having the thought of it happening is like, oh, well, it just worked out on its own. I find that a lot with email. It happens a lot with email, where if I sometimes I'll flag an email. I'm like, I don't know what the answer is to that thing right now, and I won't go back to it for maybe a day or two. I'll come back to it a day or two later, and I'll realize that whatever I couldn't figure out then was resolved in some other way that I couldn't imagine. And maybe that's part of it, right? Is that there's this universal intelligence that's happening behind the scenes. That's what this peace and this present moment awareness that's happening is actually intelligent, and it's almost like a dance, and as you flow with it, it flows with you. It's actually like you're leading sometimes, and sometimes the universe is leading, or the Tao is leading. And the fun part is when you are able to just really enter that flow, and just sometimes if you don't know the answer, you don't do anything, and that's because it's the Tao's turn to lead, and that's where the idea of non-action comes into play. Now, it doesn't mean that if you're inspired to act, you don't act. That you still have to act. You still have to be a present, active participant in the world. You can't just sit back and just let if you just sit around in your house and hope that someday you'll get a job and get some cool stuff. Yeah, nothing's going to happen. The way it works best is if you can be totally involved in life, but not so involved that you're attached to outcomes and attached to people and attached to things, but to where you're dancing with the flow of life. And when you can get into that flow and dance with life, and then life dances back with you, it is a beautiful unfolding, and things just tend to work out. And that's been, I would say the majority of my life has been that way. In some way, shape, or form. I've had my moments, of course. I'm a human being, right? I would say as I have adopted more of this Taoist philosophy into my daily life, I find that there's less and less moments of angst, and if I just am able to just dance with the Tao, that life works out in a magical way. And it always is like every time it happens, I chuckle to myself. It's a little piece of just a little reminder that the spirit is literally working with, conspiring with me to give me all of the things I could ever dream of and more. So, if that's not incentive to learn how to live more like a Taoist, I don't know what is. But it's this sense of, in this chapter, I'm going to just bring it back to this chapter, that this softness, or not forcing in life, is really like, it's counterintuitive, like especially in the Western culture. Western culture is like hustle culture. Let's go out there and make things happen. But this idea that if you can flow, and that doesn't mean you don't do anything, but that you only act when you're inspired or when you feel the intuitive sense to act. And when you don't feel the intuitive sense to act, and you realize that there's something happening here, you just step back. And if you just wait a little bit, you'll watch the universe dance back with you. And that's this whole chapter. That's it. It's just this. What is this flow of Wu Wei? It is this cosmic interplay between our experience of reality, the things that we're partaking in, and this dance back with the universe. So it's again, it's a beautiful thing if you can allow yourself to let go and be there. Hey, if this chapter and episode resonate with you, please like and subscribe to the channel. This is the Boundless Sovereign YouTube channel, where we aim to try to hold up the mirror for folks just like you, and so they can help to see themselves more clearly and integrate and align their hearts and minds in a way where they can be a positive impact in the world around them, and they can offer light to those that are in their lives. So we will see you all in chapter 37.